What's up, guys? Today's video is going to be a few thoughts on just organization for your build. And the first one here is going to actually just be documenting it, whether it's YouTube or just taking the video. I think it's just super helpful when you're trying to put things back together, to have a recording of it so you know where bolts go, all that kind of stuff. This example is, when I'm taking it apart, I actually mark, there's a long bolt as opposed to the other ones that are all short. So I just tossed a little mark on it, and that's going to let me know when I go to put this water pump back on exactly which one the long bolt should be. Number two is actually just going to be good storage. So I've got, I guess I'll step back first. I've got this 3-shelf storage unit all made out of wood. I mean, right now it'd probably cost $10,000 for this amount of wood, but it's in the wall, it's stable, I can climb it. To put all the old parts that are waiting for cleaning, new parts storage, storage in general for parts. I've also got, I'm testing out a few different things. So I've got like big parts for the suspension down there. And then I've got, this is all my suspension bolts, and I've got it laid out so that the front of the car is up here. So I've got all the bolts for the front left, in the front left, same with the right, and then towards the back. Everything's labeled. So that's one way to do it. Another way that I'm trying for more significant builds and intricate builds is putting the bags in order of the way that I took them off. So for example, for this one, for the transmission, I've got inspection plate, which I took off first and we'll put on last. Then torque converter, starter, flex plate, and then the actual transmission bolts. So I'll end up going through it and put these on first and these on last. Same thing for the engine stuff. I'll keep working it out this way. I'm trying it out. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I think it will. I guess a sub step for the organization is gonna just be like boxes, bins, and totes. You know, anything from just trash to parts that need to be cleaned before going to the machine shop, parts, electric parts, keeping it all together. I don't know what I'm gonna use this for, but another good storage bin for new parts waiting for install. Just keeping stuff together. Again, the cardboard boxes, you just cut the lids off. That's where I get my list from. Number three, and this really helps me from becoming, or I guess not becoming overwhelmed, is to just make lists. I know that I need to get something done. I needed to remove all the stuff from the bottom so that I could clean and then undercoat this. So I knew I came out here, I saw I needed to take out the axles, gas tank, exhaust. I took this stuff out. This is stuff for further down, for taking the engine out. And then it goes even further. You guys saw in a previous video, I came out here and it was just prepping to pull the engine. So I just wrote down all the things that I needed to do. And these lists are, super helpful. It's just like a cardboard piece from the boxes. So it's essentially free and helps me not get overwhelmed. One more while we're out in the garage, it's just labeling plugs. So like, yes, I could probably find that, but now I know where to route the wiring. Here's another one for the AC. I think this is a ground. I've even got vacuum, so I've labeled the different ports on the manifold. I'll probably cut those back and make it cleaner. But I just know where to put stuff back. It makes, the installation process a whole lot easier. Okay, so these last two are going to be using like Google Sheets or Office Excel. So for this first one, as I'm taking apart the motor, I've put every part that I think I am going to need to replace. And then as I'm taking it down, I also add to the list and all that stuff. And then I research it, put in the cost, where I get it from and what company it is. a tip for here is that you can grab your selection and sort it. So you can sort it by, in this case, it'd be by price, lowest to highest. If you're, budget and you're trying to cut fat, you can try to cut the more expensive stuff. Same thing, but in reverse, Z to A. And then right up on top of that is going to be total cost for that. And that's just a function for add. And then for this one, column C is source. So in this case, you can separate it out by which place you're buying it from. And then once you do buy it, for example, I'm going to make the purchase from Boosted in this case. I will, you can just pick a color. I actually like to use yellow for when I order something. I'll put in the date I ordered it, and then once the company ships it out, I will put it in the date shipped section, and then after that, I'll put in the tentative delivery date, and then once it's actually delivered, I'll put in the actual delivery date, and then you can go through the different companies you're buying it from. Same thing there. And then once it actually gets delivered, I'll change the color so I have some sort of an idea of what I need to buy and what I don't need to buy. This next one is actually a kind of timesheet. It gives me some sort of an idea of how much time I have into it. I'm not sure that's super helpful, but it's a metric. This next one is the to-do list. So whereas the cardboard ones are short-term, this is more long-term, and then I color coordinate it. So yellow is in the process, green is done. Down here for the to buy, and then to coat. So that's going to be it for today. If you have any other tips, definitely put them in the comments so I can use them and others can use them. See you tomorrow. Bye.